Alright, here we are in the battlefield. I'm attacking the French artillery, and the French chasseurs and chasseurs à cheval, I should say, are like, didn't have any experienced chevrons, and my cavalry did, and I hit them from the flanks, and they just absolutely wiped out my cavalry. Even though I got a charge on them without having my men shot first. The only good thing that happened was, I guess, I chased off their artillery crews over here, which was a 12-pounder and a horse art. But you tell me how light cavalry defeats 2 units of light cavalry who didn't get their shots off can beat a unit of heavy cavalry and 2 units of light cavalry, all of which had more experienced chevrons than the French troops. So I thought that was utterly and completely cheap, because I've used chasseurs à cheval before, and their melee stats are not near that good. But oh well. At least it got their guns over here from firing, where I won't be taking any artillery hits. And here's that chasseurs à cheval. This unit right here took a direct charge in the side without getting their shots off, and they were less experienced, like I said, than my lancer cavalry, and they only took like 1 loss from a direct side charge, and then they turned around and like routed my troops in 30 seconds. Then the other unit of chasseurs and à cheval I did defeat, but they were completely sandwiched in between my heavy cav and a light cav, and they destroyed my heavy cav before my light cav finally finished them off. So that was absolutely insane. They should have routed because the position I had on them, but what are you gonna do? I mean, the computer's gonna rip you off. It's just gonna rip you off. It's the way things work. But I'll get a little bit of revenge here as I pour in a ridiculous amount of fire from the flank and kill 30 of the French and that Polish legion. So that's pretty good, because that was one of their elite units. I also just got a ton of hits on that artillery unit. My light infantry have quite a few chevrons amongst them, so they're going to be getting in some pretty accurate and pretty devastating fire here. I'm going to tell them to skirmish, and of course they're not going to run away on their own, so I'll go ahead and tell them to run away. I had French cavalry coming in on me. Look at that. I clicked the runaway order and only 1 unit run away. I swear the computer tries to make you lose this stuff. Absolutely drives me nuts. I'll just bring up my line infantry right behind so that I have protection against cavalry charges. So here we go. I'm going to reposition my light infantry and open fire again. That's a unit of Fusilier there. And as soon as my light infantry get repositioned, I should be able to tear into them pretty well. Don't remember if my men are reloading or not. They must be. There they go. So I'm going to immediately start to deal them quite a few losses here. That's not the kind of fight they want to be in, outnumbered like that by light infantry. And the light infantry are going to be pretty darn accurate because they're at a fairly close range. And my men are all spread out. Theirs aren't, so you know it's going to cause unnecessary losses for the French troops. But since when do I care about the French troops taking unnecessary losses? The French keep redeploying their army in strange manners, so I'm going to start harassing their flanks in order to try and put an end to this fight quicker and with fewer casualties to myself. That unit of Fusilier there is going to bite it pretty soon. My Lightfoot's tearing them up at a pretty steady rate. And like I said, I'm going to start pushing on the French flank over here as well. And then use my light infantry to hold the center. Oh crap, man, they got shrapnel shot ripping right through my lines. We need to put an end to that artillery right here. So I'm going to move these troops up within range, because I don't want that shrapnel shot pounding on me like that. Okay, let's move our light infantry forward within range of the French troops. And I'm going to get the rest of my troops. Wow, look at them just getting plowed by that cannon fire there. And again, the whole French line is like repositioning to supposedly envelop my flank, but they're not really accomplishing that. And here they're going to end up letting me shoot it out with their artillery, which I wouldn't have done if I were them. Their artillery would have been much better placed right back up there on that hill, I think. Now they got foot guards here too, that's where their young guards are. They got Fusilier and they have artillery fire coming into there. So that's going to be, I'm going to be getting shot up pretty darn bad. And in fact, I might lose some troops there. Let's see. Unity Young Guards. Let's get all 3 of my light infantry focused on those Young Guards. And hopefully that'll cause them a lot of damage. We definitely want to get them off the battlefield. You can see there that concentrated fire just took its toll on them. The artillery is still firing even though they have very few men left. Come on, light infantry. We gotta get those Young Guard off the field. Yeah, the French really have a better setup over here because of that artillery, but now that they're all beat up, that should start to redress that for me. And these Young Guards are getting torn up. They're already down to under 70 men. So my light infantry are eating them alive. And that's good, because once they rout, that'll, of course, be better for me. They got even more horse artillery back here. Jeez, man, they had, I think, about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 units of artillery. You can go back and look at it if you want. Here in a second, I need to move up my line infantry and get them in the fight. I'm going to go ahead and try and get this Young Guard completely routed first. In fact, let's just go ahead and, well, I'm kind of afraid to attack the French flank there because they have some chasseurs. I don't think that would be a very smart move on my part. I want these Young Guards to go ahead and rout. They're all the way down to 41 men, and their morale hasn't even begun to waver. See if I can reposition these men a little. I'm getting hammered over here because my men are firing at their artillery, I think, instead of this unit of line. And so I'm going to turn their fire onto that unit of line and hopefully cause some damage there. There, the Young Guard are starting to waver now that they're all the way down to 20 men. This is why you want to get guards off the battlefield if possible. My men are trying to reposition down off the hill, and they don't need to do that. Now I need to tell my chasseurs to halt on those orders because they were firing on the Young Guard, and that is no longer necessary. But I do want to move them up some here. And I want to get them within harassing range of the entire French line here. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I need to attack the French, but the problem is they have it where I'm going to have to march right through a bottleneck, and that's not what I want. Let's see. Man, they have got so much artillery. It's ridiculous. Let's attack some of that artillery. I'm going to turn my light infantry on this artillery piece right there. There we go. Just unleashed some horrendous damage on that artillery. French cavalry's coming in, so I'm going to run my men out. And hopefully that French cavalry will come all the way forward, but they're not going to. The AI is actually playing this pretty well. They have a better position on the field than I reckon they would. Okay, the French are reforming their center a little bit right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and push some men through the bottleneck on the side. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording until I get a little bit further into the battle. Later, the French did a big rush on me, and it cost me a Pyrrhic victory, but I'm going to have a victory. It took a lot of maneuvering and a lot of sacrifices to get this done, so you can see that I definitely paid for this victory. So my troops are going to be back in the town rebuilding, which I don't know how much good it's going to do me because the French are just going to have time to rebuild their forces as well. So, but you can see the last French troops routing here. All they have left is this unit of artillery, which I'm going to take care of right now also. So I've just ordered all my units to converge on it. And let's fast forward and get them routed. There we go. So that's going to be the end of the fight, and we'll end the battle. Okay, there's the results of my Pyrrhic victory there. You can see that I lost a crap load of troops, and it's going to take me a long time to recover them. Alright, so I've got my men headed back to the city where they can retrain. That's going to be quite necessary. And I think that I have one province that is under rebel control, yep. And we're going to get it taken care of. Of course, it looks like I probably need to just go on ahead and end this particular turn. So let's do that. believe there's still some, yeah, there's the rebel troops. Cowards came out of hiding. Come get their due. So I'll go ahead and auto-resolve it and give it to him. It's nice of him to come out of the woods and let me kill him like that. Let's see. So of course this city's upset because I left without leaving an entire army of militia behind to maintain it. Like I said, I guess the people in Spain don't like being under French rule, but nor do they like being free without a gun being held to their head. Holy crap. Rebellion freaking everywhere. Unbelievable. Man, this is starting to get redonkulous here. In any case, you can see there's 3 different provinces. This one has rebelled, I want to say, 3 times so far in the campaign. And even though I have militia here to garrison the city, these people are still ticked off. Let's see. I just do not understand what is making these people so angry. I'm trying to look at the buildings here, see if we can build anything that'll pacify them, but it's not looking that way. Well, if they won't be pacified in any other way, we can use the sword, or in this case, the musket. And I guess I will recruit even more militia to see if more guns aimed in that general direction tend to do any good. Alrighty, let's see. Go ahead and assault this rebel city. I'm going to siege them out. Of course, somehow a French army has gotten back behind my lines here too. Don't really know how that's possible since they don't have any territory anywhere in the area. But I'll tell you what, like I said earlier, this part of the campaign can be quite an annoyance. Let's see. Might as well just go ahead and start recruiting some troops up here. Like I said, I think the people want to be ruled by the sword. Alright, let's end this turn. Of course, I got France and rebels all running amok in the same area. This is another one of those situations where they seem to think they have the advantage. I'm going to go ahead and fight this, but I'm not going to give you any highlights because I've spent so much time on some other battles. So I'll see you back when it's over. And of course, because they've been given 3 chevrons, my line infantry are unable to beat their light infantry, even in a melee, and even though I was using a concrete wall for cover. In any case, just take the annoyance there. I wish that every time I lost a province that I was given an army of triple chevroned troops in order to go take it back, because I'm pretty sure that I could make good use of it. Just like right here. I love how the rebels get like triple chevroned high quality troops when this is what they should be getting right here, is armed mob and militia. Guerrillas are not like that. In any case, I'll quit being angry and just go ahead and take care of business here. Alright, here's a view from the battlefield. I have taken up position back here on this cliff in order to try and give myself maximum advantage, as the rebel forces are given so many experience chevrons. I have these cavalry hidden in this shrubbery over here, and I will wait till the right moment to spring that trap. And my troops are engaging some of this armed citizenry mob, and part of the reason I took up my position here is because it's going to prevent the cavalry from having its maximum effect on the battle. 3 chevron dragoons are going to be pretty darn tough against line infantry, even in square. So see, they got some light infantry there that are hitting my men from a distance, which is not good. And these mob are not really worth my attention, but they're going to have to be shot at regardless. That light infantry is out of my range, but like I said, I'll spring my cavalry trap at the right moment as well. So we'll just go ahead and rout out some of these rebel troops. You can see, it's a pretty cool view right here, kind of down underneath the smoke of battle. Try and get you a few good ones. What's the matter, AI? Not sure how to get your horses over the cliff? Can't use your cheap 3 chevroned organized troops that are supposed guerrillas. Those guys look like guerrillas to you? They got some pretty nice uniforms. I don't know whose wife sewed all that for them, but I'll tell you what, man, those guys are some pretty privileged guerrillas. Man, I've never seen our mob fight quite so valiantly as these here, that take over half casualties and still stand on the battlefield, but oh well. Let's see, where's my light infantry? Let's see if I can scooch them up here and get them within range. That's going to be facing them the wrong way. Sorry, I'm trying to control things here rather than commentate, so be patient with me. Reposition those troops. Put these guys in light inf mode here. I don't know why they're... Come on now. There we go. Get those guys realigned there. And I think it is almost time to spring my trap. I want these dragoons to take some more damage. It's like because of their experience chevrons there, I'm going to need them to be a lot more depleted before I hit them, even on a flank charge with my lancers. And it looks like they've still got light infantry on my flanks, but because I'm up on those cliffs, the light infantry is going to be slightly negated. And I've got my own light infantry in place here.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Well, he's going to have to deal with it. See here the exchange of fire we got going on. Their light infantry is still slightly outside my range, but my line infantry isn't taking casualties too quick, like I said, because of their positioning. Looks like it's going pretty well for me so far in this fight, and some stray shots have helped weaken those dragoons. And in the meantime, it looks like my line infantry is just outside of the range of those lights, so I'm going to scoot them all up just a smidge here. There we go. Now I got my line infantry exchanging volleys there, so that'll help increase my firepower in that particular sector. Let's get the camera back. Okay, so this is where the general is at for the enemy. And now that the general's unit has been beat up, I'm going to wait for the right moment here. I was going to charge, but they started to walk off in the opposite direction. Check out this other unit of dragoons. They're sitting there at the bottom of the cliff thinking about how they're going to get up there. Alright, here we go. This ought to be a good opportunity to, well, let's see where this general's headed first of all. These light infantry are getting hammered, so they're going to rout soon. Let's go ahead and pounce on the enemy general here and see what we can do. Of course, the enemy general is now going to start running towards the line of fire. See what happens. Yeah, those lights are going to try and reposition. They're going to try and take shots at my lancers. But it looks like my lancers are going to get clean around them. And I got a good charge in on that general, but it only gave me, I want to say, 3 or 4 kills. That's okay. That's amazing, man. These armed mob are taking a beating like none other, and they just keep coming back to the fight. So here they are assisting the enemy general, which the enemy general is probably doomed. I want to make sure he gets killed. Teach him that that's what you get for that's what you get for opposing my authority. Actually, I'm gonna have to hit these lights here. Looks like the enemy general is unfortunately going to get away, but not before some of his men get a lance in their back. Let's watch that. That's what you get, you freaking rebel scum. Lance him. Get some rebel kebabs here. That's what I'm talking about. Stinking rebel filth. Anyway, I think I pretty much got this battle in hand. I'll get you some of the results back out on the campaign map. So there's the battle results for me. And then I love how, even though I'm occupying the city with an army, that the stupid peasant class are still all ticked off. And apparently I have some reinforcing troops somewhere, yet I'm still supposed to lose this battle, even though I have 2 units of cav, artillery, and several more units of light infantry who can assist. So we'll see who wins this battle or not as well. Once again to not bring any highlights there because that battle was really small pickings, and most of the kills that the enemy got there was just on my militia that I was using as a distraction. So there's yet another rebel army, and even though they pretty much had no men, they were able to... oh my gosh! This region rebelled again. This is really, really annoying. Ay, my goodness. Policies. Where's that region? Terrell. Is this what you want? Filthy pigs? Jeez. Let's see if I can... I love how I can give them, let's see, political unrest, agent effects. What agent effects? Must be enemy agents. Yeah, I can like completely drop their taxes and the people will still be unhappy with me. So I don't know what it is that they want. It's pretty unreal. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and drop the tax on them so that hopefully the wieners will quit this. Let me guess. 2 dragoons, 3 chevrons, 2 light infantry, 3 chevrons. How quaint. It's very nice of the computer to consistently rearm and resupply my enemies. Oy. This army was meant to go north until it was recalled back to the southern regions. And now, of course, we've got a French army just outside our city, too, that heavens knows where it came from. Let's head back up to the Pyrenees, and I thought this was going to be a quick end to this campaign. I think a lot of you were expecting that as well, but that is most certainly not what we're receiving, and my income is slowly declining because I'm having to keep such massive garrisons all over the map in order to keep my cities in line. Not to mention that I can't seem to, let's see, I think it's because the French have an agent here who is causing some of the unrest. So maybe we can get rid of some of those agents. So let's see here what kind of agents I have. Provocateur. Where is he? Is he anywhere near that city? Let's see, where am I at? Yeah, right here. Let's take him here to duel with the Frenchman, and hopefully we can kill him and get rid of some of that unrest. Let's see if we have a similar situation anywhere. Yeah, it looks like we have a provocateur or 2 here as well. Yeah, 2 of them. So we're going to need to get rid of them. So let's see if I have... let's go back to my list scroll here. Agents... I wouldn't call him close, but he's going to have to be close enough. And we'll just go start to try and duel with them. How many more of these provocateurs do I have? Seems like I got plenty of guerrillos. See if these guys are good for anything. Ooh, assassinate. I'm gonna start sending in like all of my assassins and stuff to see if we can get rid of these Frenchmen who are left here in these cities that are giving me such grief. And I don't really care if my men are killed in the process. I'm going to at least attempt to take these guys down. Let's see. Where else we got? We got some unrest in this city too. Got 2 Frenchmen in that city. Goodness. Anyway, hopefully we can start to clean up some of these French agents that were left behind to cause me so much havoc and problems. I need to retake that city as well. but I don't really have the